All right, so today's workout was a upper body session. Again, getting warmed up. Sometimes I'll do some games. Sometimes I'll just do like that, like I did today. Put about 5 minutes on the clock. Just do exploratory rolling, tumbling, somersaults, cartwheels, handstands, all that good stuff. Because we don't get on and off the ground. We don't interact with the ground, especially as we get older. It's just the human movement. What we're going to do, you're going to be on the ground sometimes, so you might as well play around. Just laughing at myself trying to do the reverse, to a handstand thing, but that's a ways off. But again, over-the-shoulder rolls, somersaults, and just challenging yourself, the things that you probably haven't done since you were a kid. Like when I'm working with someone, especially an adult, and it's like, oh, let's go do some somersaults. Have you done them in a while? It's like, no. So we'll meet them where they're at. Or even kids. Most kids I work with can't do a somersault, which is crazy to see kids in middle school that are unable to do somersaults or scared to do somersaults because they might hurt their neck. And that's just a part of the helicopter safety brigade everywhere, worrying so much about stupid stuff like that. Can kids get hurt? Yeah, of course you can get hurt. You can get hurt walking down the street. Kids play on the playground all the time at recess. You see them jumping off, swinging from bar to bar, doing some crazy stuff. This is one I really like right here. Just dive over something. It could be a hurdle. Like I use the part of the mat and just roll it up like a hurdle. Dive over it into a somersault. It's just a basic transitional movement. I guess it's not basic. It's kind of, if you're a gymnast or something, it's probably a basic movement. But for someone like me, it's not basic. Someone like you who hasn't been doing this stuff in a while, it's probably kind of advanced, I guess, depending on where you're at. But again, did that stuff, warmed up, did some impulses as well because I wanted to get back into throwing. So started getting back into some light throws today, footballs and baseballs, just seated throws, just working on getting the arm back, getting it back to health since it was bugging me most of the baseball season. All right, back with the upper body day, Monday morning here. So we just did our warm up. Did some throwing, first time throwing really since going to start focusing, building that back up. I had arm troubles for the first time in probably my 30, actual arm troubles, my first time in all 30 whatever years of playing baseball this summer. So I don't know what it was. It was after one cold rainy day in Plum City tournament and made a throw from the outfield. This arm never felt great the rest of the year. So we're going to start getting back into throwing here. Did just some seated football throws, some seated just baseball toss, just regular throws with the baseball just sitting on the ground. Just going to build that back up here, get the arm strength back to what it is. The arm's actually feeling good again after the training, taking some time off from specific baseball throwing. And now we're going to hit our first exercise, or first pairing of the day. So we're going to do working on speed. This is our fast movement for the day. So we're going to rapid band pull as we're pushing with the landmine press. So band pull, push with the landmine press, working on some rotation, a little bit of upward, more overhead type pressing, and kind of a modified. It's not totally overhead. It's not totally vertical pull either. So, but again, working on rotation, working on fast pulling of the band, fast pushing of the barbell in the landmine position, and then we're going to pair that with these rotational tosses that I saw from, can't even think of his name, it's Train Like Savage, is his kind of Instagram handle, but he does a lot of baseball stuff, so I'll show you it when we get out there. It's hard to explain without actually doing it, but we'll go out the other room to do that. So let's get these and hit those. So we're going to make sure we do both sides. Yeah, I don't have a good landmine set up, so I got a tennis ball on the end of the, it's not the greatest, but it works. Well, the best setup for these, again, with not having the actual landmine, so using it against the wall, kind of rotates on you every once in a while, but just fine, too, because it's more of a natural movement. You're not always going to be set in one positional plane and one specific way of moving. Here's those rotational tosses I was kind of talking about. Hard to describe, but I saw these from Train Like a Savage. Cameron Batch, I think. think is his name. But just again, trying to rotate on, pivot on one foot and throw the ball as hard as you can. And then back again. So he's just trying to get faster and more powerful each rep. Left arm, obviously not as good as the right arm when doing these. So again, something I'll work on in this phase. You can just see the speed. Right arm is just much more powerful. And do these develop rotational ball? I don't know. I like them. They're fun. This is the first time I've done this variation, but I like med ball throws. I think they're fun just to kind of take some aggression out and do something fast. Is it developing rotational power? Again, like I said, who knows if there's any correspondence or anything like that it transfers, but it's fun. We're going to do neutral grip pin press. So we're coming down to the pins and kind of maybe even take our hands off the bar and just accelerate up, working from that dead stop position in the bench press. Same with the row. We're going to do a barbell single arm row, come to a dead stop. Thinking, yeah, that should work. With the barbell, just because the weights don't go up heavier than 90, so I want to do more weight. So we're going to see how those go. So we come to a dead stop each one, accelerate it off the floor. Again, same with the bench press, accelerating off the pins. Pins are going to be a few inches above the chest. So neutral grip, boom, explode up. Then we'll do some spine movement. I think we're going to do PVC side twist in between. So let's keep going. Go the widest grip on this today. So starting on a dead stop. Oh, this is awkward with this bar because it rolls forward all the time. So probably gonna have to keep my hands kind of on it. Explode up. Dead stop. And now it's the pain of getting out from underneath it. Yeah, this bar sucks. It's going to keep rolling. Oh well. And we're just working our way up here. Again, coming from a dead stop, pressing up, trying to explode up, pressing up, coming down to a dead stop. This bar was kind of a pain because it would roll away every time I'd slide under it, it'd start rolling. But that's just the way the bar was made with the neutral grip. But then the dumbbell or the barbell rows, again, these are tough just because you have to find the balance, the middle point. And I don't have knurling on this bar, so this bar is kind of tricky to find. Sometimes you get a little bit off center and the bar goes and the balance point's off and then it tilts one way to another. Didn't have that mistake today. I think I'm getting used to it. There's a few marks on there that I kind of go by. But again, I like the barbell. It's not as easy as a dumbbell because, again, the weight's farther away from your body. Then we paired that with some spinal PVC twist just to, again, move the spine. And we're working our way up. What did I get to? 205, I think I got to today. For 2 is what I believe. As you can see, that's a good max effort lift there. You're working your way up. Coming to the end here, we're going to hit some pump work, some ring chin-ups. We're going to hit a couple sets of max reps of those, a couple sets of max rep ring push-ups. On push-ups, really working on getting deep with the bench press. You're not using your shoulder blades really, you're kind of digging them in, and you're kind of setting that position where you're stuck with your shoulder blades down and back, which you're taught anyway. With push-ups, that's why I like push-ups. Allows your shoulder blades to move freely, allows you to get a more deeper range of motion. Really even stretch out the pecs, especially when you're doing on the rings or on benches when you can get an extended range of motion. If you're just doing regular push-ups, you can just go as far as your chest goes to the ground. So get a little bit of extended range, really work on that stretch as well, getting that range of motion, letting everything move. Again, having good mobility, great part of mobility and stretching is lifting. Lifting is stretching. It is mobility work, especially if you're doing fuller ranges of motion. Yes, there's times and places for partial ranges, like I was doing with the bench press, the pin press. So everything has a place. It's about fitting it in and finding what works best for you. So we're gonna hit these push-ups. Hopefully you got the setup right. I haven't really tested it out, so hopefully this is good enough. These challenge your stability too with your shoulders. The rings make it, so I'm going up here just to make it more parallel. You could start here as well if you're not quite ready for like a full parallel, just like you would with a push-up, a regular push-up. You really feel good burning the pecs on those ones. So if you got rings, start doing ring push-ups. Again, you don't have to start with your feet up. Start with your feet on the ground. That angle, that slope, just like you would with a push-up. You're not going to always start on the ground. You probably can't, if you can't do push-ups from the ground, elevate your hands, just like these. Elevate your hands. Then once it gets more advanced, elevate your feet, make them more parallel to the ground. So you can get that deep range of motion, that good titty burn. And again, with these, not the best setup. I have this sped up. This is not full speed. I wish I could go that fast. It'd be pretty impressive. But I can't extend all the way, or I can extend all the way down, but it's just kind of short due to the short ceilings, the short rack. And then these, I want to be able to eventually get like a T, my arms fully spread out. Don't have the perfect setup for it in here, and I'm not strong enough yet. But did those kind of a rear delt, work on the shoulder blades, the rear delts there, and that iso hold, and then fingertip iso holds to finish it off. Just using our fingertips to strengthen that grip, strengthen those fingers. So that was the day's training. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions. We'll be back soon.